Beginner's Grind episode 43. Today's a big day, guys. Today's a big day because today we are officially 100 days into the account. So we're going to take a quick recap. We got a decent amount of stuff to do today. We're going to take a quick recap on what we've been able to do in the first 100 days and see if we're maybe making good progress or maybe I know we're slacking. I know we could be making faster progress. We are slacking, but I still feel like we're not doing that bad, right? So let's first take a look at our dungeon. Well, let's take a look at the rest of the stuff that we're going to do today aside from that. Let's go here. Let's go. No, I don't want to buy that. I don't want to buy that. We have 7-year event prep, right? Homunculus fusions. Choosing our homunculus path based on what we think is going to be the best for us. Boxes from Guild Wars, World Boss, Wishes, and stuff. You know, those are the usual things, right? Not anything too crazy. Okay, so let's take a look at the... Should we keep this up there? Should we make it a little smaller? Let's make it a little smaller. Okay, you guys can still see it. Sometimes I keep that on there, and it's like... It's on there, and it's too big. Anyway, let's go take a look at the... I didn't do all the Hall of Heroes. Actually, this one was kind of tricky. If they get turns, they just CC you forever. So we're 100 days in. We got... I bet if we, like, manual this, we could probably clear maybe... I don't know. Maybe... You know what? Maybe I will manual it. Maybe I will finish it off, manual it. But I'm lazy. Anyway. See, now I feel that. Now I feel like I have to do that. Okay. Anyway, we are... 113th. We have a Giants team. We have a Giants team. It's not fast, but we have a Giants team. Giants B12. We have a Dragons B12 team, which we've showed both of those teams. We have a Necro B12 team. We have a Steel Fortress B10 team. I say B12. Always want to say B12. We do not have a Punisher Script B10 team, though. We have... What is the team that we... Oh, this is not... You know, we could... You know what? You kind of need some specific stuff for Punisher Script. We will do a Punisher Script B10 team. We're not going to not do it. We will do it, but it's going to be a little on the tricky side. We have all these dungeon teams. We do have, let's see how we finished in, of course, we did all of the scenario, right? We did all the scenario. We did TOA and TOA hard. Not bad. We are C1 is our best arena finish. I feel like that's not bad for 100 days in. I feel like that's kind of the thing. It's like, we got C1 after 100 or less than 100 days. What was it, like 90? I think it was like 90 days in, we got C1. Which I feel like that's a little bit, odd. Like, you usually don't get C1 90 days into the game. We have some Rift Beast teams. We have our first triple S Rift Beast team. We are using Perna. It's a cheat. We're using... I mean, it's not a cheat, but we got Perna, we got Bastard, so... Yeah. Not super easy to replicate necessarily. Although, actually, I say that, but the Dark Vampire Lord is actually a nice replacement for both Perna and Bastard. So, like, together, right? You take... If you don't have those, you just put the Dark Vampire Lord in, and then you stick something else in for the 6th slot. So, not that bad. Right, and then we got the double S for this one. Not the best. These are not the best teams, but we don't have a ton of units built, right? So we got double S on here. Again, you don't necessarily need... These are not necessarily the Nat 5s to use. I was just or the monsters that you really need to use. I was just trying to use whatever we had at our disposal to do the best that we possibly could, right? Jameer's not bad here. Bastard's not bad here. Perna's not bad here. We did happen to get lucky and got some good Rift Beast Nat 5s. If we didn't get those, we would use some different... We would use the Dark Vampire Lord. That's really the biggest thing. We would use the Dark Vampire Lord. This one we're kind of struggling on. We don't have twins. Twins are phenomenal here, right? Twins are going to speed up the... Twins are actually going to make all these Rift Beasts better. And twins are... and also the Dark Vampire... Okay, we can stop talking about the Dark Vampire Lord Bagel. The twins are going to make this better. Twins are also going to make Necro better, right? So twins are really the thing that we're probably going to focus on trying to get from the 7-year event. So what did we recap? We recapped... have not been doing much of Tartarus. I apologize to guildmates. They probably have... There's a lot of them have not been doing... Okay, a lot of them have not been doing Tartarus. Let's get one... Pretty hardcore slacking, guys. Pretty hardcore slacking. I would be... You know what? We could have gotten these crystals earlier. We kind of needed those crystals earlier, didn't we? Like a week ago or whatever. 666 skill. Oh, you can't see, but it says 666 skill points, which is kind of funny. We haven't really been doing too much with the Guild Wars stuff. Defense, who knows even what the defense is nothing good. We don't have a great Guild War defense, which we will need to do. There's some decent enough units that we have for Guild Wars defense, but we don't have anything crazy. So that's going to be the next thing that we have to focus on. But C1, Rift Beasts are decent. You know, dungeon teams are decent. TOA hard, all done. We don't have any of those rune farming dungeons for Dimension Hole yet. Slacking on those. What else did we really need? I think that's basically it, isn't it? Okay, that's basically it. Anyway, let's do this 7-year event prep. Let's kind of talk about coming soon. That's 6 second teaser. What am I supposed to learn from 6 seconds? So let's briefly go over these. I mean, we've kind of talked about these before. So the runes that I'm probably going to go for is probably a Swift, because there's a few good ones, right? There's Swift, there's Rage, there's Violent, there's, I mean, you can do Will too. Like, those are generally the ones people like to go for. Not really the non-premium, like, Focus and Endure and Energy. Like, no one's... Please don't craft those from this event. You can get the most premium stuff, guys. Violent is fine. Rage is fine. Swift is good. You know what? The thing with Swift, though... The thing with Swift is, where does it actually say it? It actually says, blah, 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 blah. Power up the rune to 6, change the power up stat. Yeah, this thing over here, since you can change the powered up stats, right? You upgrade it to 6, and then you change the powered up stats. So you can keep rolling until you get 2 speed rolls. Like, you have a speed, like, let's say, for example, a Swift slot 6 HP, which we may wind up going for, right? Or a Swift slot 6 accuracy or something, right? You can get a, like, for example, if you go for a Swift slot 6 accuracy, you can go for HP, defense, speed, and crit rate or something like that for a sub, right? Or attack or something like that, right? And then you can just keep rolling it and then redoing it until you get, like, you lock in those stats, or whatever stats you want. If you want to go HP and get accuracy and sub, whatever. You re-roll those stats until you get 2 speed rolls, and then you're like, okay, I'll take it. And then you can guarantee yourself basically a speed sub initially, and then 2 rolls into speed. You're on your own after that. Like, the game gives you the rune. It's like, hey, you want 2 more rolls into speed? Good luck. But, you know, no promises. It's not going to give you those last 2 rolls into speed, but you can at least get the 2 rolls into speed initially. So you could get, I mean, it's not out of the question to get an 18 speed sub and then hope for the best in those last 2 rolls, right? So I like to go for either, I think we're probably going to go for a Swift slot 6 or a Violent slot 6, probably HP with speed, defense, accuracy, and attack in subs or something like that, right? And then maybe a Rage slot 4 with speed, crit rate, attack, and accuracy, or HP. Yeah, that seems probably like what we're going to go for this, right? For this one. All right, so let's take a look next at the 7-year special scroll giveaway event. So if you guys, I mean, you probably saw the other video first, I'm sure, where we talked about the stuff in here. Unless you're watching this like at some point in the future, in which case... you're like, no, I didn't see whatever video you're referring to, Bago. You get to pick 5 of these. Oh, sorry. You got to pick 5 of these. 7-year event, buddy. Not 5-year event. I lost track of time, guys. 2 years of my life is missing. I don't know if anyone's seen it. You get to pick 7 Nat 5s. You get to pick 7 Nat 4s. You get to pick 7 Nat 3s. Let's take a look at what we will probably be trying to get from here. Let's take a look at the collection. For Nat 3s... I'm really thinking of what Nat... because we are actually missing some Nat 3s. Crazy enough. We're missing this guy. We're missing... who else are we missing? We're missing... I mean, not a crazy amount of Nat 3s, but we're missing a couple of those. Maybe he's the only one at this point. Maybe we've gotten the rest of them. So, the things that I'm going to go for, since we have a lot of Nat 5s that don't have skill ups, right? We got this. He doesn't have skills. We got the permanent. We got a couple skills into the permanent. We need 4 more, 3 more, 3 more. So we need 10 more skills into this perna. We have no... Oh, we do have skill... I started him and didn't finish him. Wow. Okay, so we got a lot of stuff to... I didn't know I did that, actually. My bad. We got a lot of stuff to skill up here. So, we're probably going to be using our Devilmons for these Nat 5s, right? Which means that these second awakened units also need skill ups, but we don't have any skill ups for them. So I think we're going to wind up fusing skill ups for second awakened units. Not necessarily everything, but things like him, we're going to try to fuse skill ups for those units. This as well. So Inugamis and werewolves, right? So we're talking about for the 3 stars that we're going to pick from the thing. Inugamis, you can get Inugamis from here. You can get Inugamis from this one, and you can get Inugamis from this one, right? So we don't really need to go crazy on those Inugamis because they're going to drop from these already. I think we're going to go for some werewolves. I think that's what we're going to do. I think we're going to go for some werewolves. And I also think that in addition to the werewolves, I think that we will go for some of these. And I think we're going to go for some of these because we're going to eventually get a Skogul, and we're going to want Skogul skill ups, right? We may actually just get a Skogul from this event. We may want to stick him in the thing. I don't know what that's supposed to even mean. We may want to choose Skogul for our 4 stars, right? So probably werewolves and giant warriors for the 3 stars. I'm not sure what else the other ones are. For 4 stars, the big thing, what I already said, is let's take a look at the 4 stars that we're missing. We don't have this. She's a fantastic unit. She's great for Necro. She's also, I mean, we could try Karu Necro, which is fine. We have Tricaros. We have the Fire Magic Knight as well, so we can do that. It's still good to have her, though. It's definitely still good to have her. She's going to be fantastic in the Rift Beast as well. So she's a super premium unit for those 2 areas. We're definitely going to pick her. And we basically just need a Chakram of some point, right? Or of some kind. So we're going to go for both Fire Chakrams. I think we may go for a Fire Boomerang as well. There's a lot of other good monsters, man. There's a lot of good other monsters. Hopefully we get some in the meantime. There is also going to be Choose Your Own Hall of Heroes thing. Maybe we'll get one of the ones that we need from there. I don't think that there's anything that's like must-have from these. I mean, like, she's nice, but we can just fuse her, right? This is nice. You know, hopefully we get one of those. This is from Guild Shop Pieces. Guild Shop Pieces, right? Chloe. Do I even use Chloe? I mean, we don't need a Chloe, but it would be nice. It would be nice to have. We don't really need to focus on getting Chloe, though. The things that we need to focus on are really the twins, the chakrams. This would be also nice. So we're looking for a fire chakram. We're looking for a water chakram. We're looking for maybe a water sniper because he's a nice unit. And then we're also looking for, and this is probably pretty. I mean, Shimite wouldn't be bad. Shimite wouldn't be bad. Skogul also, and one of these. Actually, probably 2 of these. Probably 2 of these. That would be great. Okay, so we're gonna. This is definitely high on the priority list. We're gonna look for a Dryad. We're gonna hopefully get some Dryad skill ups as well at some point. I think we have some Dryad skill ups. Dryad, twins, Skogul, whatever else I said. Those are the ones that we're looking for, I think. Those are the ones that we're looking for. Okay, so anyway, that's that. Homunculus fusions. So, as I've showed, we have our homunculus ready to... I think we have it ready to go. Oh, we are more than ready. All right, let's do this. Wait. Let's go into 777. I didn't even think of a name, man. Think of a name. Okay, I got it. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it. This used to be so much harder years ago. When he first came out, jeez. And then we got to think of what we're going to do for this. We've reached the max number of monsters! It's feeding time, guys. Okay, we reached the max number of monsters. Let's go this. I don't even know why. I usually don't even upgrade these 1 stars. Why was I upgrading 1 stars? I try to not do that. Alright, let's do that. We don't even need to do too much of... Hey! What do we get? What do we do? Oh! We did this! Oh, that's nice. Look at that. 300 crystals. 300 crystals. And then rank S Master. Clear all Rift Dungeon rank S. We're gonna get an LD scroll. Guys, we're gonna get an LD scroll today. I didn't realize we completed almost every... Oh, we didn't complete the fuse stuff. The fuse news. And this is still bugged. Still bugged. Is that the real beginner's grind pickles? What's up, everybody? What's up to all these, all the people here? Cheesy Pickle Rick. Okay. Now we'll do this one. Boom, boom. What else are we supposed to do today? I forgot. I mean, that's why there's a list. That's why there's always lists. I have so many lists. Guys, so many lists. Pooby. All right, there we go. Oh! How do I spell butthole without, Yep. We're gonna have to do what we gotta do, guys. Someone's gonna be like, he spelled that wrong for sure. He spelled that wrong for sure. Won't be surprised with the man himself. What's up, everybody? Just wanted to give them shout outs. Give my peeps shout outs. Ooh, what do we get from here? Hey, we got a mystical scroll. Cool. Let's get one of these. Let's get one of these. Do we need, I hope we don't have to do all of our dungeons again. But what else do we have after this? Oh, we have to choose our homunculus path. All right, let's pause it and let's come back after we're done with this so we can collect our LD scroll. You know, I was going to do those Rift Beasts now, but we have to go through and do all of the different ones. So I think we'll just save it till the next time. This way we got an LD scroll to look forward to on the next time. Also, we are close to an LD scroll on here as well. We need 11,000 achievement points. We have 10,000 achievement points here. All we have to do, because there's still some Kairos stuff that we haven't done. There's still some Arena stuff that we haven't done. There's still some Rift of World stuff that we haven't done. I bet... This is so easy! 8 balls with fire monster. We could do... So we'll do this, and we'll do that in the next one, or before the next one, or something. Yeah, we'll work on getting this next LD scroll from here. So we'll have 2 LDs in the next one. Clear a dungeon using monsters the same attribute. Like, that's any dungeon. Any dungeon. It's not that... It shouldn't be that hard. It shouldn't be that hard. Achieve 10 victories in the Kairos dungeon using 3 monsters only. Yeah, this is... It doesn't necessarily need to be, like, even B10 or B12 or anything. Clear Hall of Heroes B8. Oh, maybe we should do Hall of Heroes B8. I mean, we just auto the rest of them. I don't want to manual it. I'll just auto it until we beat B8. Whatever. Giants B10 with fire monsters. Dragons with wind monsters. Oh, these are just B10s. These are just B10s, actually. I forgot about that. That's not even that hard. Necro B10 with light monsters. That's actually 20 more points than that. Giants in... oh, clear the Giants Keep in 1 minute or less. We'll get to there, actually, eventually. B10 in 1 minute or less. Actually, can we do that? Whatever. Well, maybe this should be the thing for the... Should this be the thing for the next video, doing all these, trying to get all these achievements until we get the LD scroll? Or should we just do it in between videos? You let me know what we should do for that one. But yeah. What else do we have going on? Homunculus path. Okay, we got to decide on the homunculus that we will do. So, this one is actually pretty good for... This one's really good for the Wind Rift Beast. I think it's... No, not the Flaming Thunder. I mean, some of the... So, basically, for the homunculus, you want to think about, like, what... First off, where you're going to use it. Where you're lacking. Because the homunculus will take the place of some of the Nat 5s that you don't have in your box. That's kind of the point of the homunculus, right? So... You got to think about, like, okay, am I missing a Varad? Maybe do the water homunculus that's got a lot of CC. Am I missing a Brandia? And you want to... Not a whole lot of people clamoring for like, oh, I need a brandy replacement. I think it's, yeah, Eruption. Here we go. Inflict damage increased by 30% free charmful effect 90. I mean, this does so much damage for that Wind Rift Beast. It's fantastic. It's also really good with Mav and Jameer so that you have more access to that. It does a crap ton of damage. So that's going to be really good for that. Flaming or Burn Soul, inflict damage increases according to your attack speed if you're in attack. I don't really ever use any of these. Inflict damage according to the attack speed. I've tried this. We've done videos on it before, but it's not really too crazy. This one is actually pretty cool. The Flame Explosion. This is a lot of continuous damage. This is good for Necro. This is good for Punisher's Crypt. This is good with Triple Inugami as well, that thing. What is the... Yeah, 4 times continuous damage. So this Flame Ray Chain and the Flame Explosion is really good for Necro and PC-10. That is... Which one was I using? The brand? I might have been using the brand. I don't know. I don't remember which second skull I was using for that one. But yeah, I have it on the Europe server account. I use the fire one for that. The wind one is also... The wind one has got multi-hits too. He's got this weakens defense, leaves a brand effect. Huge damage inflicted in the end. The wind and the fire one are kind of similar for the most part. The water one is like super CC boss, right? So, but yeah, really, these are kind of intended to be flexible and emulate different Nat 5s that you're missing. So kind of the point here is to 5 random enemies. Damage inflicted is the same. So this is actually good against Rift Beast too. Like for example, the Water Rift Beast he's really good against. Destroys enemies max HP by the damage dealt. I don't love this. I think this is a waste. Sharp Wit, nobody uses this. Nobody uses it. Just put Destroy Runes on. No, it destroys all of the HP though. All the enemies HP by the damage dealt, but like nobody uses that. Right, so. Enemy can't be... I totally forgot about Soul Shot. We should do a video on this actually. I should switch it to Soul Shot. I'm gonna write a note about that. Yeah, because that would be cool. Because we don't actually, we've never done a video on the Soul Shot Homunculus. Increased target skill cooldown by 2 turns. Can't be revived if the enemy is defeated with the skill. So, really not that many people use the wind. They used to use them a little bit, but everyone uses the water one at this point, I feel. Right? And then this one is actually a little bit more flexible. You could do a few different things. We got the fast pace. Makes the attack bar of the ally enemy to 100. Addition increases the attack speed of the ally target for 2 turns. So this is kind of similar to Tableau, right? Attack bar of the enemy and the ally to 100. So use him, you start her or whatever, or what? It's 2021. Whatever. Use them in place of Tableau. Increases counter phase. Increases defense of all allies counters for 2 turns. Whatever attack. Just in case you're missing a Shazam, guys, you could use that one. These have some pretty neat support second skills as well. Increases the attack power of all allies, and up to 3 allies will attack the enemy target. This people have been using with the Inugamis, the fire Inugamis for dungeon teams and things. It's pretty brutal. Does a lot of damage. Just like anything that attacks together, super fun, right? And then this one, Turning Point, matches the HP and removes all harmful effects, increases defense for 3 turns. So this is kind of something that I think people are using a little bit in R5. A little bit, right? Because it cleanses harmful effects, increases the defense. I mean, you could use it for other stuff. That's a cleanse and a defense buff. Who else does a cleanse and defense? Oh, Amelia. So it's kind of like well, it doesn't do immunity. One of these does immunity though. Yeah, grants immunity for 1 turn. So this is kind of like if you're missing Amelia, you can do that. This one's more supportive, like defensive support for the most part, and then this one's more like an aggressive support, does debuffs and things, right? So we have this one. Increases skill cool. Why are we spending so much time on this? I don't know. Increases skill cooldown time of all enemies by 2 turns. Decreases attack speed for 2 turns. Skill cooldown will be decreased by 2 turns, and attack speed will be increased by 2 turns. So this is kind of like a mixture of a Zyros and a Jameer, right? So kind of like a Zyros and Jameer, because it does almost not quite as good as Zyros. It cools down the enemies, and then it decreases the cool. Like, so half Zyros 3rd skill and half Jameer 3rd skill is basically what I'm trying to say. So that's kind of cool there, if you're missing those. Actually, that one's not bad in TOA as well. Not bad in TOA. This one puts the enemy target to sleep for 3 turns, decreases attack speed of all other enemies for 2 turns. Sleep effect can't be resisted. I hate this. I'm just being real. I hate that skill. It's boring. We tried it on LD only. We tried it. It's boring. Shockwave removes all beneficial effects on all enemies. Decreases attack speed for 2 turns with a 30% chance. Stuns them for 1 turn, 30% chance. It's kind of like a budget Gianna, kind of. So we actually might go for this because Aquila. Did I mention Aquila with the 7 4-stars that we have to get? We gotta remember to go for Aquila, right? So we got the twins. We got Skogul. We got Aquila is another one that I said. If we don't get an Aquila, we may do this one because I think we may wind up going for this Shockwave. So we can go for a Shockwave or we can go for Unbalanced Field. Both of those would be good for, that's what I'm planning to do for her. Both of those are going to be good for arena offense, depending on what we need. If we need the resets, because we did do some battles where we needed the resets, but we also need a stripper. So whether we get a resetter as the Dark Pixie and we use that, or the Fire Succubus and we use that, or we get a stripper being Aquila, we use that. Whatever we don't build of those, the Homunculus will take the place of that. Then Analyze Weak Point. This is actually good for R5. Attack the enemy 4 times to grant a harmful effect that isn't granted on the enemy for 2 turns. Among decrease attack speed, increase chance of glancing hit, decrease defense, decrease attack, branding of unrecoverable effects. And then, where is it? Is it this one? Operation Delta Rune, right? So it does all these debuffs, which is good. And then this one elongates the harmful effect by 1 turn. After that, the enemy's HP will be decreased proportion to the number of turns harmful effect granted on the target. I think that's the big one, right? Well, anyway. The point is, I said so much and yet so little. The point is, we're gonna do one of these, right? We're gonna either do this one or we're gonna do this one. There's other routes to go through, but those are probably. And then she's got like decrease attack bar, or sorry, absorb attack bar. This one decrease Rue's beneficial effect and absorb attack bar. Okay, those are different number of hits, right? This is a 1 hit and a 1 hit wonder, and then this one is a triple hit. So, and then one of these is like a strip and a defense break. Yep. Removes all beneficial effects and a defense break. This one is a removes beneficial effects and stuns. So many different ways to go. But basically the thing is we're just going to use her for either this or we're going to use her for this. And then we're probably going to just do for this this guy, we're probably going to do this for this Ice Mist. Continuous damage. Oh, I didn't even go through the water one. So the water one's mostly CC, though. There's got this, inflicts damage, freezes them, AoE freeze, right? He's like Varad. But this one is just so good. This one's just so much continuous damage. So, he's just so good. This is kind of like Alicia. Attacks all enemies, cooldown of Ice Explosion decreased by 1 turn according to the number of enemies defeated. It's kind of like that, right? You could use it for also Secret Dungeons. Freeze Mind, attack the enemy target, inflict damage proportion to target's max HP. Reduce attack bar to 0. That's good for bosses. Right? Again, TOA bosses, real good for TOA bosses. We already saw that. But this one, my favorite for the Water Homunculus, or for the attack Homunculus, Fire, Water, Wind, is this Ice Mist, this Icy Magic Bullet Chain, and then this Frost Ray Fluctuate. First skill, freeze for 1 turn with a 15% chance. I don't know what it goes up to after that, but yeah. That's my favorite for that. Oh my god, I talk way too much. Okay. But I said I wanted to go through the Homunculus path and see what we... Ooh, I want to pick those up. I want to pick those silver monsters up. We should do stuff. We should definitely do stuff in this video, guys. We should definitely do stuff. I talk so much about this Homunculus. I gotta put the Homunculus in the thumbnail then. Because I try to make the thumbnail, contrary to popular belief, which Bagel just uses whatever the most clickbait thing in the video is. I actually don't do that. I could make them so much more clickbait. But I try to, like, make them close to, like, realistic. Like, if the monster's not OP, I don't want to say it's OP. If I think the monster's OP, like, for example, the Water Elven Ranger, I actually legitimately think that monster is OP. So I'm like, this monster's OP! In the thumbnail! I believe that monster is OP. I love him. So, what the heck are we doing? We are doing... Oh, because we got to summon, right? Boxes, World Boss Wish. Let's do that. I don't think we have anything exciting from World Boss. We'll do it. Did we do the boxes? We did the Labyrinth. We didn't do the boxes. Anyway. We're close to getting another a legendary. Do we have anything from... Do we really need this? No, we don't need this. We don't need this one, this rotation. Do we need next rotation for anything? No, we don't need those rotations. Hey, there's a Savannah. That's not bad. Can we get something good? Can we get Can we get one lightning? One lightning. Okay. Well, we're gonna continue working on whatever we work. Oh, we got one lightning. Okay. Bastard! Which one is the fire? It is the fire one. Okay. I don't know if that's new. But yeah, we will continue working on the whatever dungeon. I think we're working on Tricara right now. Are we working on Tricara? Just improving everything, I think, right now is what we're doing. We're working on... We're going to be working... Or we are working on Tricaru, kind of. Right? Let's take a look at this. Because that's going to be the next thing that we do, I think. We already got this awakened. We already got this up to 100%. We need 1, 2, 3, 4 more for that. Do we get a third one? And he's 2/3 of the way there. Okay. Oh, but we started upgrading him, but we didn't ever finish the first. Okay. We never finished the first one. So we got some Inugamis there. All right. So we're just gonna continue working on working towards Tricarus because we have 1751 crystals, and we need to blow through those, which means Tricaru. And then other stuff, you know, building the meta teams. But anyway, that's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I think it was way too long because we talked about the homunculus for half the time, and then the other half the time was that one world boss battle was probably 45 minutes. Anyway, that's it for this one. Hope you guys are having a good day. I'll see you as always in the next one.